Hey, I'm W. Earl Brown. I played Gale Weathers' ill-fated cameraman Kenny in Wes Craven's brilliant movie Scream, along with a couple of other Wes Craven films. And you are watching Craven Something Scary.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, visitors, subscribers, patrons, and of course, my amazing channel members, otherwise known as, you know it, say it in the chat, my Cravenites. Yeah. Welcome to Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. And tonight is no exception to that. We are going to be talking about horror movie remakes. In fact, we're going to be ranking them on a tier system. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm so glad you're here tonight to join us. And I have some guests that I'll be bringing on in just a second as well to help us go through these remakes and talk about them and see where we each think they belong. So it's going to be a lot of fun. A couple of things I want to get to first, though, super quick, is to say hello to everyone in the chat. And I see that Paul is here and Jerry and Val. Hey, what's up, Val? The general is here to help moderate the chat. Thank you, Val. Good to see you here. DJ is here. DJ plays favorites. Jesse Horror, what's up? Dominic St. Clair. Hey, what's up, Dom? Russell Dorsey in the house, as always. Good to see you. All right. Kelly's here. What's up, Kelly? Welcome. Glad you are hanging out. Shay, what's up? From Shay Rants. Good to see you, man. Thanks for hopping in and taking the ride with us tonight. It's going to be it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a real good time, and I have no doubt. What's up, H-Roll? H-Roll is here. RJ is here. Says, I'm so ready for remakes tonight. So ready for tonight. Because so many bad remakes. Where to rank them? Well, you know, I can't disagree with you on that. There's been some bad ones, but there's been some good ones too. And that's what's going to be fun about tonight is to figure out where they think they should go. Wayne Turner in the house. All right, Wayne. Very cool. Who else? Anybody else? I'm just going to make sure I got everybody. And I didn't miss anyone that's at least left a message. Spoof. What's up, Spoof? Good to see you, man. Ryan. Hey, Ryan. All right, David. What's up, David? Happy Armed Forces Day to you as well, man. All right, anybody else? Destin's in the house. I see him in the chat, and I may see him somewhere else shortly too. You just never know. Gotta keep your eyes open. All right, Johnny. Hey, Johnny. What's up, buddy? The Crafty Savers make it tonight. Fantastic. All right, and that's everyone. Okay, well, welcome all to the chat. And before I bring my guests on, I do want. Well, I'll save that for a second. One thing I just want to mention real quick is that, and Jerry, by the way, has renewed his membership again to being a Cravenite. Thank you, Jerry. All right. One thing I want to mention is if you have a ranking tonight, like with these movies that we're talking about, right? You're going to get to put your vote in the chat of what you think, which category it should go into. As we begin to rank these movies and put them in their places, this is going to be a night that I'm going to allow you in the chat to have the final word. And the way I'm going to do that is if a movie gets ranked into a category that you decide this is not the right category, this movie was worse than that, it needs to go lower. Or if you say, no, that's too low, I think that remake should go up higher. You have the power in your hands to send a super chat in to say what you would like to do. You can move a movie up one level. Every super chat goes one level. So you can say, I want to make this go higher. I'll move it up one level from where it's at. If you say, no, this movie needs to go down, I'll move it down one level. So ultimately, even after we put the vote in and we put the movie in its slot, I'm giving you the power to still make a change, and you can do that. So just remember that, guys. Every super chat comes in, you can do it. Just say where you want to go up a level or down a level, and we'll do that. And one last thing also, just wanted to say, I know that I may be lagging a little bit, so just, hopefully that will get better. With the internet's been a little crazy over here, so I know you can hear me, so if my visual doesn't line up, just hang in there. I hope it will clear up. But the very last thing I want to mention is, guys, tonight, you guessed it, I'm doing an instant super chat reward challenge. Now, this is not just a challenge where, you will get something later, which those are great and those are awesome. And sometimes that's the way it needs to be. But tonight, I'm doing a super chat reward challenge, instant challenge. So if we get 15 or more super chats by 8:45 Central, that's basically just an hour from now, just under an hour from now, then I will go ahead and give you an instant reward. And I've talked to my guests to make sure that their schedules were clear. And we will go ahead and extend it beyond my planned ending time. And we will go and push it to 9:30 Central. So you'll essentially get 45 minutes. That's almost a whole extra hour. If we hit the super chat goal, it's in your hands. But if we don't hit it, we'll go ahead and end when I plan to. Otherwise, guys, if you guys, you have the power again tonight. So if you want us to go to 9:30 Central, all you got to do is send in a total of 15 super chats. The goal is in the live chat. You'll see it up at the top. If we hit that 15, we're going to 9:30 to hang out with you guys. All right. So now that I've said that, I've put everything out there I need to say. It's time to bring on my guests. So please, guys, welcome back to the channel. If you were here on Saturday, we had an amazing time talking Scream Talk. It was so fun. And believe me, we're going to get back to doing that. But, I said, I want these guys back if we can pull it off. And sure enough, it worked out. So, guys, please welcome, first of all, my buddy Destin from Destination Station. What is up, brother? Let me get you back in. There we go.
What's up, Craven? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm awesome, bro, and I'm so happy you could be here. And it's like we had such fun on Saturday, man. And I'm like, I don't want that party to end, right? I want that to go a little bit longer.
Yeah, same.
So-
It was great. Just theorizing and doing some predictions of how 7 and 8 could begin and end. And yeah, man, it was great. Thank you again for inviting me.
You're very welcome. And you know what? We're not done yet. I actually have a couple of more guests that are going to be coming on right now to continue the Saturday dynamic duo we had over here on the channel. We're welcoming back Marcus from I Shot Him 6 Times. What's up, brother?
What's going on, gentlemen? I'm excited to be here tonight. Ready to get back to it. We always have great conversation, and tonight it's going to be no different. We got a lot of remakes to talk about. Some good, some okay, some not so great. I'm interested to see what we come up with.
Me too, right? This is going to be exciting to see what happens. And to round out tonight, to make it an even 4 tonight, bringing back a guest to the channel who is an old school Cravenite, going back a long way through prizes he would give us, just being here, just being present, being a part of the community, being on live streams. You guys know him, you love him. He was here Saturday night in the chat. He even came in Saturday night and was hanging out with us. And he's got a great new channel. He is the master of channel creation. And his newest creation is one that I think is really, I mean, honestly, I like the others. I still do, actually. I still like what he did. But this one, and I haven't yet been able to get to a stream. It's killing me. So replays, baby. That's what replays are for. So I'm going to be doing a lot of catch up. Not Heinz ketchup, catching up of his videos so I can be on par for this week coming up. You know him, you love him, guys. Please welcome my buddy JT from Nightmare on My Stream. Hey.
That's right. The mic
Yeah,
is
buddy.
hot. The stream is live, and we're all jacked up on caffeine and horror. Let's do this. It's an OG panel,
It is.
and I'm sunburned as all hell. But I'm here.
You look a little red there.
Birthday parties. You know, we had bouncy houses and all that, and clearing out the garage, and
yeah.
I got burnt out of anybody.
Oh gosh, that's always the way it goes, man.
Oh, yeah.
Always, right?
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, want to say hello to Julie. Julie is joined. Hey, Julie, welcome in. Good to see you. And Carrie Crave Cinema. Speaking of old school, wow, going way back now. Carrie is in the house.
Yeah.
Hey.
My sister from another mister.
Hey, that's right. Another OG. All right, I'm going to take down the banner for now. I'm going to put this up every now and then, guys, because we got an instant Super Word Chat reward challenge, guys. And I already told everybody if we hit the goal of 15 Super Chats by 8:45 Central, we're going to 9:30. We're going to push the stream to 9:30, man. So I think we can do it because they're already starting to come in, guys. Don't you think we can do it?
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah. Got it.
You know when you're getting older is when 9:30 is late. It's like,
amen.
We're on 9:30, folks.
That's it.
Tuesday.
I'm out.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh gosh. Well, speaking of which, guys, we've got some super chats coming in to help extend it. And Johnny, I've got your super chat here, buddy. And I'll go ahead and bring it up. Johnny, we'll start with Johnny with the $2 super chat. Thank you, buddy. Says my favorite remake is 13 Ghosts, Craven, with Matthew Lillard. Yes, that's a good one. It's on the list, so we might be talking about that one. I 100% agree, though. I enjoy it too. I'll let the cat out of the bag a little early. I do enjoy it. And Tony Shalab, I never can say his name right. Monk. I just say Monk was in it, you know. And it was good. Thank you, Johnny. All right, that's one super chat towards the goal. DJ says extended, sitting in $2. Well, thank you, man. Thank you, DJ. Who else? H-Raw saying he wants it to go too. Another $2 super chat. Nice. Thank you, buddy.
Starting on a roll.
We are talking Star Wars. Here's another one. Extend with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Let's see. Just so you all know, we're at 4 of 15. So
we
we're
ain't
already
even started yet.
we hadn't even started, so we're on our way. All right, guys. Let's get to it. So tonight we're gonna have a list here. Let me go ahead and bring it up on screen. There it is. So let me see if I can make it any bigger. I don't think I'm going to be able to. Hang on a second. Let me try. Nope, that's the wrong way. Wrong direction. That's all we're going to get, guys. That's all we're going to get. However, oh, no, well, Lord. Okay, there we go. Gosh. All right. So what I'll do is we're going to get started right onto this sucker pretty fast. So what I'm going to do is before I show you, well, let me show you the categories first. Let's start there. So here's where they're going to lie in tonight. It's either going to be GOAT, which is not a bad GOAT, greatest of all time. Better, which is wow. All right, better than the original. Ooh, a worthy reimagining. Okay. Forget it exists. And ruin your childhood by watching it.
Okay.
I already know which one I'm picking for that.
Me too.
I think you, JT. I think you and me are on the same page.
Yeah.
All right. So those are the categories, guys. So when we're voting in the chat and on the panel, of course, too, these are the categories we're going to go with right here, over here. Yeah. All right. So real quick, we got who else? Primetime Chris. Hey, so what's up, Chris? And Jason's in the house as well. Welcome to the stream, guys. All right, here we are, guys. So let's start here with here's our options. We got about 40 plus movies.
Yeah.
And you know, I think look, I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's go. I'll let JT, we'll go at the bottom. We'll let you pick your first poster and we'll move up from there.
I say we go ahead and pick it.
Let's get it done.
Let's get it done. Yep, right there. So, but I'm going to shock people because I think because now
tell them what it is. Tell them what it is.
It's a Nightmare on Elm Street, 2010 remake.
Okay.
And because I got older, I'm kind of like seeing things a new perspective, right? Like in another window. Except this piece of shit. This is not
nice setup.
Not gonna happen. I hate this film. I just hate it. It was shot really well. I like J.K. O'Haley, but they did the one thing they shouldn't have done, as made him. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, you're gonna say it. So I'm gonna say ruined my childhood. I could put forget it exists, but it literally. I mean, I walked out of the theater when they went down that road. So
and just to clarify for the chat, I'm gonna say this. And thanks, JT, for not trying to take a shot at that. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Let's just say, sometimes when you get, family, you get together, you go down to the playground, you take the children, you play with the children in the playground. Well, this was a different take on that situation. I'm playing with the kids, so we're gonna leave it there. But JT, go ahead. Go ahead.
I can't. It's like it doesn't matter. It's like I just can't do it. I really started liking this film, and then they went down that direction. And I'm just like Robert Englund. I don't believe he ever was, because he wouldn't stop, even if in death. So no,
that's right.
Not this. I mean, it was well shot, but just that one thing just completely ruined it for me.
And I'll add something later too if it's not brought up. Okay. So JT, where would you I'm assuming ruin my childhood. Yeah, you already said it.
My childhood.
All right. Let's go to Marcus. What are your thoughts on the remake, man?
I'd have to say keep it where it's at. I mean, they had a good cast. Like JT said, there was some really good visuals. In particular, the one in the store. Thought that was really vintage, Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street. But what you guys talked about, that whole storyline swerve, I didn't agree with that at all. And nothing against Jackie Earl Haley. I didn't like the voice and I didn't like the makeup. It just did not feel authentic Freddy. And it just, out of all the big IP remakes, like, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Halloween and stuff, it was really disappointing to see them go in that direction that they went in, because just like you guys feel, I'm like, that's not Freddy Krueger. So you can keep it where it's at. It ruined my childhood.
Yeah. I 100% agree with you. I'm kind of giving away where I'm at on this also. Destin, what do you think, man? What was your take on it?
I don't know, man. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was better than the original. You know, I
Oh,
just got everybody pissed off. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
What the are
I
you
was just-
talking about?
I was just trying to get everybody hyped for a second. Okay,
it worked. It worked.
Gosh.
Look,
Yeah.
Look, I'm a
Yes.
big Fred head. Okay, like I've met Robert Englund.
Mm.
We've talked about this movie, and there was things about it that it had some really good ideas,
Mhm.
but it felt like like 3 or 4 different scripts crammed into one. So it's already
Yeah.
sloppy on story. It starts off dreadful.
Mhm.
So we don't even know these characters before their downfall of getting depressing and everything. So it just starts at a slow burn,
Yeah.
and it's just it drags and drags, and then it takes you. I think Freddie's makeup takes you out of and his voice takes you out of the movie. It's more distracting than it helps. And then just what really just just puts the last nail in the coffin is that whole entire backstory of him
Mhm.
being what he is.
Right.
And it's just like there is no fun factor in this one like the original. So yeah, the first one was scary. There was
Mhm.
fun to be had.
Mhm.
It ruined my childhood. It ruined my childhood. I wanted to like this movie so much, and
So did I.
there's
Yeah,
bits
so
and
did I.
pieces that I do like Marcus said, the whole like micro, what was it, the
Yeah.
micro sleeps,
Yes.
like going in and out, great ideas. They
Yeah.
just didn't utilize it enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't. It overall, it ruined my childhood. So yeah, get it out of here. I'm glad we did that one first.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Knock it out. Yeah.
Rip that Band-Aid off.
Well, it's like,
Yeah.
I thought they wasn't going that direction. I really thought they was going to make him innocent, and that's the direction I want him to go. I'm like, oh, they're doing what I want him to do. He never did anything, and they didn't do it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, dude. Yeah, there's a lot of good things in it. That's just one thing. And I don't know. Can you do that? What did he say? Like, what?
He sounded like the Grinch.
He did.
What is it? You sound different. Like,
Yeah.
or whatever. Like, it's just like in the dialogue too. The dialogue was just like,
The delivery, yeah.
like it's just like,
Yes.
that's cringy.
It's real. I'm real.
We got 6 more
I don't know,
minutes
man.
to
You don't
play.
seem very real to me.
It's like they
Oh,
saw
wow.
him in Watchmen, right? It's like he will make a great Freddy because he has a
Yeah.
fedora. That was like the joke. It's like because he wore a fedora. But yeah, it's like we got 6 more minutes to play. Not with this dude. No, no. You got 2 minutes to step it up.
If they bring it back, I want Walton Goggins as Freddy Krueger.
Oh, Walton's
I-
great.
I want Walton. I've always, if you've seen him in the makeup in the Fallout show on Amazon, where
Yes.
he's playing the what's it called, the ghoul?
Yeah, Ghoul. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
All right.
I
Well,
said Richard Brake. I think Richard Brake can do a good job.
Sam Rockwell, or Walton Goggins, are my
Yeah.
two
Or
picks.
Peter Evans. He's a good
Oh, my
character
gosh.
actor. Yeah.
Lots of choices here on the panel tonight for
Yeah.
a new Freddy. Walter
Or
Goggins.
me.
I really
Or me.
just throw JT in there in the makeup. Let's do it.
Yeah,
At least
You're already
actually have
sunburned.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
halfway
there you
there.
go.
yeah.
At least
My
you're
name and my
somewhat
real
in-
name's Robert, and I got green eyes. So I think it's a
Yeah.
Robert thing. Because I had ChatGPT make me Freddy, and I almost looked like Robert's Freddy Krueger. It was kind of crazy. I'm like, there we go. You don't have
Oh,
to
there
search
you-
anymore.
There it is, brother.
And I'm
Oh,
cheap.
my gosh.
And I'm cheap.
Real cheap.
Be a lot cheaper than any of those guys we just
Yeah.
named, I'll tell you that. So my thoughts on it, really, I'm not going to stay long here because we're on the same page, guys.
Mhm.
I just like it for all the reasons you've already mentioned. The makeup is, I just can't get into that. The voice, the look, the backstory. I mean, I think Wes Craven would have been
Oh yeah.
the rest off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
I'm
don't
not
think he would
gonna-
let it happen. I think he wouldn't have let it happen. if
You
he
know
was
what?
still alive. I'm like,
That's very
nope.
possible.
that ain't happening.
He could have gone to New Line to Bob Shea and said, Bob,
Yeah.
come on, man. We did this together from the first film. We can't do this, man.
Yeah, because the original was about that hoax that kids was happening
Right.
to them, and it wound up
Right.
it was BS, and he changed it. So he wouldn't have went down this road. He went, no, I didn't do it in
No.
the first one. You ain't doing it in this one.
And that's my point too. I want to mention about this. And again, maybe it's because I'm a little Maybe because I'm such a Craven
Mhm.
guy, Wes Craven, my favorite guy, director, filmmaker. But listen, man, this was he created the character.
Yeah.
Don't mess with what he created.
Mhm.
Just take what's there and make it a new movie, make a fun movie.
Yeah.
But if you start messing with him, like his story, you are now basically assuming the role of Wes Craven. And I don't like that.
Yeah.
That is just not right to me.
Because Jackie was playing it
No.
serious, and I was fine with that. It's like I don't want a
Right.
funny Freddy. I want a serious
No,
Freddy.
that's
And it was
true.
just like you said, the script was just and the
It's the
dialogue was like,
writers.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like,
And the director, he what'd he do? Like what's his name? Samuel something. He only did music videos before that.
Yeah.
So we need somebody that's
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
in
a fan.
horror a little bit.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
a fan. You
Not somebody
definitely
that
need
could
a
just
fan.
give us some cool artsy flashy stuff. We
Yeah.
need a little bit
That's
more than that.
Halloween 5 scenario all over again. Let's
Well,
get a guy
yeah,
who's
they
never
did.
seen any Halloween movies from France. No offense to France, but we're going to go get this French director who's never seen a Halloween movie,
Yeah.
and he's going to try to do it his own way. I'm like, and again, I know 5 gets beat up like all get out,
Mm.
and I agree. It's definitely not my favorite sequel. Okay, trust me. But there are still even some redeemable points, but there's some that's just hard to forgive. And
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't want to see that for this. And here's the good news, though. Last thing we're going to say, guys, on this, and we're going to go to another movie, I promise. But I have to say this one thing: the Craven estate, Wes's family still owns
Mhm.
the rights to this movie, guys. They have to sign off on it. In the United States, they own the rights. So if there's going to be another script that comes through, Craven's family and those who he put in charge of his estate, maybe Marianne Madeline, I don't know who all is involved, but I have to believe they're going to honor Wes more than Freddy
Yeah.
and say this has to be something that it meets this criteria. You don't violate this. You don't violate this. And I hope that's what happens. 'Cause honestly, that's why if we do get a new announcement for a Nightmare film, I'm actually excited about it only because I know Raven Estate approved it.
Yeah.
Right.
So the script went through their hands. So that's why I have hope that it'll be
Mhm.
good. Because of that
Nowadays they
part.
need to get fans. Like just have
Yeah.
like some content creators, bring them in a room. It's like, well, this is what we're thinking, and listen to them because they're going to be like those. The loyal ones is really the ones you want to listen to. I mean, there's new
Yeah.
fans, but like OGs like us, like he don't do this,
Right.
don't do that. This is not a good idea. Don't do that. Remember the remake? Don't do that.
Before they waste a lot of shooting and money.
Yeah.
Usually they bring us in whenever they're doing the first reactions.
Yeah.
And they got to do a bunch of reshoots. They need to do it before they make after the first draft of the script. Like,
Yes.
nope.
Yes. Yes. All right, guys. So and everyone in the chat was vomiting on this movie. So I think it's safe to say we're leaving it right here. It ruined my childhood too. That's my ranking as well.
Yeah.
Good choice, JT. What a nice way to get things fired up. And before we go to the next movie, though, we got some super chats to come through. Kelly sending in a super chat of $5. Thank you, Kelly. Says the 2011 Nightmare should find its way to the fire that got Freddy. One of the worst remakes in history. It starts horribly and progressively gets worse. Woo! Kelly, I can't argue with you, and I'm not going to argue with you on that. So it was a
You
terrible
don't see a
movie.
lot of watch parties for that that movie.
You don't. You notice that?
Yeah,
You
you
don't.
don't. You don't. You just don't.
You just don't see it. And Johnny's chiming in too. He says, and thank you, Johnny, for your $5 super chat. First of all, I appreciate your support of the channel. If they remake A Nightmare now, I would love to see Jamie C. Bauer as Freddy. He is killing it as Vecna in Stranger Things. Ooh.
Good choice.
Hello to all your guests. That's you guys on the panel. Great lineup. All right. What do you guys think about the idea of Vecna, the actor who plays in that role? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I could see it because it gives you that nightmare feel.
It does.
It does give you the
Yes.
nightmare feel, especially this last season.
Absolutely.
So, hey, if it works, You know, if we see like makeup and all that, you know, and if it works, I'm fine. Anybody can play Freddy, as long as it works and it makes sense. Like, okay, because makeup can change. They didn't think Robert England would be a good Freddy, right? And they put him in makeup because he was supposed to be too young. And look what he did. So
that's right.
It's hard to judge people because you don't know until you see it.
Oh, excuse me. You're absolutely right. All right. Any other thoughts on Jamie Seabauer, Destin, or Marcus? Anything you want to add or not?
I mean, I think it's a great choice. It's not my number one choice, but I think that he did prove himself in that last season, and you know that goes to show like the Duffer Brothers, like their direction and how they direct the movie. So that's a big point too. It's like
true.
Who I mean, you know, the CGI, the makeup, and all that. His presence seems like it would work, but it's all about execution at the end of the day.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
I think he'd be a great choice if you're going to go back to like a young Freddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I got to do my homework. I don't even know who he is.
Okay. Hey, that's
Stranger Things, man.
That's honest.
Stranger Things.
Robert Englund was in that season.
Yeah, and the thing is, Robert Englund was in it.
Yes,
sure was.
That's why I watched it. I never watched the Stranger Things season ever until my wife's like, Robert Englund's in this, and I started watching the last. And she just filled me in. I was like, "What's going on?" Because Robert's really my dude, man.
Yeah, that last season was the closest they've gotten to horror ever. It was really, really good. I enjoyed it.
It was good.
All right, let's keep going. Talking Star Wars coming in, saying David Howard Thornton should be Freddy.
I know a lot of
Art
people.
the Clown.
Yeah,
I don't know, guys.
No. I'll say it. No.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, hey, you know.
No hate. No, I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
he's Art the Clown.
Yeah,
he's Art the Clown, and he's not Freddy.
Yeah, but he don't talk. So you get like, and you're trying to step in that Freddy, like Robert's Freddy. Ooh, you got big shoes to fill, because if you don't do it right, people will eat you alive. And they'll tell him, go back to Art because you ain't Freddy. And I don't want that unless he does like a serious Freddy. Like I said before, if it works, okay, but don't do a Robert's Freddy. Let's stay away from it.
Yeah.
If it's a new Freddy, okay, I'll give him a chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
And don't be all hokey and everything.
Yeah, don't be hokey like.
I personally wouldn't want that, even though I think he could pull it off. I personally wouldn't want that because I would want an Art versus Freddy showdown. And we've talked about it, Destin. I feel like, you know, they're so similar. You know, they have a lot of similar traits. That would be a nice little mashup battle.
I wouldn't mind a little versus movie.
That's what I'm saying.
I just don't want him to.
He'll play both.
Love.
He can play both. They can get to play with it. He can play both, Artie and Freddy. It's the director's dreams, like, and it's cheap.
double the salary.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, got to. And hey, Jeff knows there's a instant super chat challenge going on. He's throwing in a $2 super chat to help us reach our goal. We have 30 minutes, guys, to hit the goal. Let me see where we're at. Just to give a current tally. We're at 8, guys. We're halfway there. We're 8 of 15 already. So once again, if you're joining late, and you're just coming in, because I know we got a lot of new folks joining. I'm seeing the count go up to like 40 now. If you're just joining us, we have a instant super chat reward challenge. If we achieve 15 or more super chats by 8:45 Central, that's 30 minutes from now, we will instantly reward by extending the stream to 9:30, guys. So if you guys would like to see this stream continue to 9:30, we got a few more super chats to get there. We're at 8 of 15, so keep on making it happen if you want us to continue. It's in your hands. All right, so let's get back to our movie, guys, our remakes here. And Marcus, you're up next, sir. Which movie would you like to pick next?
Well, I think it's only fitting. Rob Zombie's Halloween remake.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to put it here in the middle just as a holding spot.
Yep.
Marcus, you start us off on Zombies Halloween.
I mean, for me, you can throw it in the ruin my childhood section because I mean, I really like you guys wanted to a Nightmare on Elm Street remake. I wanted to like this remake, but then the more I got older, and started understanding the franchise a lot more, the more it just I can't. It's very hard to watch for me because they took the mythology away from Michael. I really felt that was a big no-no.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing for me, and a lot of people, may disagree, I did not like the size of Michael. And it's nothing against Tyler Mane. I thought he played a really good Michael Myers. I just feel like it's more terrifying for Michael to be 6'1", 6'2", maybe 200 even, than as opposed to a guy who's 7 feet 300 that you should be intimidated by. A big guy like that, you would be intimidated by that. And I feel like, a lot of the dialogue and stuff was just really Rob Zombie-ish style. And I just feel like his style did not mesh with what Halloween is.
Mhm.
And the biggest faux pas, and it came in Halloween too, but it's basically, you saw the seeds of it in Halloween, the remake. I did not like Malcolm McDowell's portrayal of Loomis. I didn't. I just felt like it was very like shoehorned in, like it just didn't feel authentic, like Donald Pleasance. Like, everything felt kind of recycled with Malcolm. And it just, fortunately we got Danielle Harris back in the Halloween franchise, but I felt like maybe, Annie and Laurie was the best parts of that movie, especially when we get to the sequel, but it's still not enough. It's still not enough. I get it. He was trying to, go with his own thing and put his own spin on it. It just didn't work for what it is and what it was. And I just feel like he ruined my childhood because he ruined the mythology of Michael Myers and he ruined the Dr. Loomis character for me.
Yeah, I understand, brother. I know what you mean, and you made a good point. And I'm going to go to Destin next. But you made a good point about zombies style not meshing with Halloween, and I could not agree more. Zombie has his own thing, and we all know that what it is. Like, when you watch Rob Zombie movie, you know what you're going to get. It's he's very consistent in what he does.
Yep.
And the decision that Malik was or was it Malik's dad still alive? Malik. Well, Malik is running it now, but do you remember, or Malik, I should say? But do you know if does his dad make that choice?
I think Mustafa was still alive around that time. I can look at it right now.
Yeah, no, that's cool. The reason I brought that up is I was just going to say, I just think that was a very poor choice by Mustafa to go that route and it's kind of surprising because, this is your franchise and maybe he was trying to go with this radically different approach. I have to believe it was intentional. I just don't, it was just, you have what, how many movies before that? 6 movies, right? Yeah. 7, right? 7 with H2O. All right. Am I right?
Yeah. No, Resurrection.
Resurrection. 8.
So
Yep,
8.
8. That's right. That's right. So you've got 8 movies that are very well established in the formula of what they are. And then you take this, I'm skipping Destin. So Destin, I'll go now, and then I'll go back to you. I didn't mean to. But you take this movie and you ramrod it. You ramrod this thing in. And for me, the biggest thing, Marcus touched on it, it removed the mystery. And I want the mystery there of why is Michael doing this? What's going on with Michael? You take away the mythology component and you try to humanize Michael more. And you almost find yourself at a point where you feel bad for Michael. You're empathizing. I don't want to empathize with Michael freaking Myers. This is the shame. Are you kidding? I want to be terrified of this guy not understanding why he's acting out. Look, I got a counseling degree. I know what it is, the psychology of people. And I don't want that for my killer. I don't want from not from Michael at least.
Mm.
So anyway, I'm really going on and on, but I just got to say, I'm with you guys. Ruined my childhood. I can't stand it. Don't even get me started on the White Horse in 2. I can't even go there. I will end the stream. I can't talk about it. It's horrible. So yeah, ruined my childhood. Okay, Destin, I'm so sorry, brother. Back to your turn. You go.
Hey, you might not want to hear what I have to say.
I do want to hear. It's all right. I don't
Oh,
mind.
no.
Yeah, just something
Y'all gonna
different.
kick me off of this. As much as I don't, let me start this off. As much as I don't like the writing that Rob Zombie does and his style, I felt like somebody else needs to write his scripts, because I thought the world that he built was okay in my eyes.
Okay.
I am a big fan of Halloween, but the original is a little boring for me, a little bit, without the music. If you think about it, the music really makes the movie. It really elevates it. I do like it. I actually like Halloween 2 more than I like Halloween. Just from my childhood, that's what I watched the most whenever I was a kid. It's what was on TV the most. It's what I kind of like remember the most. It's nostalgic for me.
Yeah.
When this came out, I am not the biggest fan of Rob Zombie. When I saw House of a Thousand Corpses, I was like, okay, he's okay with this. I could see his style working more with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
Oh, 100%.
Something like that. That maybe he should have tackled that instead of going this direction.
Mm-hmm.
On paper, without the dialogue, on paper,
Okay.
I think it's a worthy reimagining, but you add his dialogue and then you add some choices that he makes. Definitely not the second one. The second one's definitely ruined my childhood.
Yeah.
But this one I thought had a pretty cool reimagining, kind of like a prequel remake. It was like a prequel remake. And I don't like a lot of the characters. Nobody's really likable in the movie except for Taylor Compton.
Yeah.
I do kind of like that ending of like the climax and everything. I thought it was tense. I did like that. I just don't think that his style and his writing of dialogue meshed well. I think if those two things were different, I think the movie would be more well received.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna. I don't. It's somewhere in Forget It Exists and a worthy reimagining. So I don't know where to really put it. I got to stick to my guns. I'm gonna say it's a worthy reimagining, but I could also Forget It Exists as well.
I will say this, Mustafa Akkad did not participate in the remake because he passed away before that.
Oh, there you go. Okay, then. Well, it makes sense now because I didn't think Mustafa would do that. I was shocked.
Real quick, I mean, let's really be honest though. Look what he did look what he allowed with Halloween 5 and Halloween 6.
Gosh.
I mean,
yeah, Resurrection even to a degree.
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like in order to get Michael back out there, I don't think it would have mattered with Mustafa, especially because Rob Zombie, with what he did with House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects, at the times, especially for the remake time, he was a hot commodity as a director.
Yeah, he has a fan base, dude. Rob Zombie has a big fan base.
Yeah, he does.
100%.
Yeah.
The question
he's not for me.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not for me either. But that's what I'm saying. The question comes down to, does his style of filmmaking fit the style of a Halloween franchise?
Absolutely not.
That was what it came down for me. It just doesn't. It was just square peg in a circle, or a circle and square peg, whatever. Just not that he's a bad filmmaker. It's just I'm looking at the legacy of the franchise, 8 movies in, and that's that's like I'm expecting certain things from a Halloween movie that I want to see, and I didn't see many of those in his films. So anyway, yeah. Has everybody given their feedback on Halloween? I just want to make sure where everybody's
Except
good.
me.
Dash to JT. I knew something didn't feel right yet. I'm like, wait a minute. JT, brother, tell us about
Okay. If y'all didn't like his, you're really not going to like mine. Because I think it is better than the original. Period.
Woo!
Period. Okay,
Wow.
Was
one,
not
the
seeing that coming.
yeah, it's like the shape
didn't
hasn't
either.
been. Yeah, the shape hasn't been the shape since Halloween 2. Let's get this straight. He wasn't like that 4, 5, 6. No, they didn't do like, was he there? Is he not there? They stopped away from it.
H2O was really good.
I like
H2O.
H2O a lot.
And
I like
and here's the
H2O.
thing, and H2O made Laurie Strode just a worthless mother because they made the whole, the car wreck canon. But the bad thing is Danielle and John was both alive. So where was John? So she left after, the crash and then had another baby? No, they was both alive. Anyway, we're not talking about that. People don't like humanize. He was in 5. He cried. Okay.
Dude, come on. Okay.
Same thing. He cried in 5.
And that's not a very good movie.
That's not a good thing. But the thing is, I never believe that a kid just kills somebody because they're evil. That is the cheesiest, easy cliche copy.
Wow.
No. Rob Zombie showed you how people become murderers, how Michael can really become a murderer. He's always, getting bullied, physically abused, mentally abused. That actually happens.
Right.
He didn't drive. Now, the height, I understand the height, but then you think about it. Okay, look at Nick Castle. You can get away with him. You can break free. Not with him. 6'8". If he gets a hand, you get a hold of you, you're done. And that's how it should be. And I like the mask. McDowell, I liked his because he wouldn't try to play Loomis. He even said, I know Donald Pleasance, but I didn't. I'm playing as a psychiatrist, and I didn't want him to play it like
Donald Pleasance.
Yeah, I wanted like that psychiatrist. So for me, I got all my boxes checked for this. That's why I liked it.
I just feel like, in terms of Michael, the whole point of the emotionalist expression, the nothing, we're not supposed to know what he's feeling. We're not supposed to know those emotions from what he went through. That to me is what makes him scary. I get it. Of course, you see a behemoth like Tyler Mane under a Michael Myers costume running at you. Hell yeah, you're going to be scared. But that's why, for me, it didn't stick because it's just too predictable to be scared. That's why I like old school Michael because, you make a great point, JT. If Michael's 6'8", he grabs a hold of you, you're not getting away.
Yeah.
But the difference between that and old school Michael is you didn't see old school Michael coming.
Good point. But,
you know what I mean? And stuff. And that's what I like.
And in the OG, he was human, right? So, and the thing is, I was never scared of Michael until like 6. I was never scared of Michael. And it's like, and the 6-year-old just kills his sister. And it's like, that never really worked for me and never did. And it still doesn't. And it's like, okay, suffering kid. It's like, and that got me thinking there's something wrong going on in the house. Don't know. And then you see the remake, like I said, it checked every box for me. And like really, Michael was only in the movie, the first one, like 10 minutes total screen time. Right. So it's like, I understand that's people's childhood and I respect that. But it's like, if you say what's your favorite, I will say Rob Zombie's because I do like Rob Zombie. I like the House of a Thousand Corpses. And I agree. He should do a Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He should.
Yes.
But I think it'd be even acceptable to do a Friday the 13th.
Or Friday 13th. But for me, like I said, it's better than the original. And that's saying I don't like the other Halloweens. Just if it's on, I'll watch it. We'll put it right there. If it's on, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
I have one thing to add. We can move on.
Yeah. One more thing real quick, then we'll get moving. Yep.
The way I look at it is you look at the entire franchise as a whole.
Yeah.
It's not the worst Halloween movie in the entire franchise.
No.
When you look at the entire franchise of Nightmare on Elm Street, that remake is the worst one of the entire franchise.
Oh yeah.
Even compared to Freddy's Dead or something, so that's the way I look at it. I think it's just a worthy reimagining. I don't know if I like it better than the original. I just appreciate both and I respect both. Just Rob Zombie's not fit for the franchise. Okay,
so just to recap, for the remake, I've got it ruined my childhood. JT, where'd you rank it again?
Better than original.
Okay. Marcus,
everybody chats like bullshit.
All right, I love you. Marcus, what's your final ranking?
Ruined my childhood.
Okay, Destin.
A worthy reimagining.
Worthy reimagining. Okay. So there you go, guys. So we've got some differences here. Worthy reimagining, 2 we ruined childhood, and 1 better than the original. And I'm trying to see if we got a consensus in the chat because we're all kind of spread out here. Right now, we've got 2 ruined my childhoods on the panel, so that leads the panel. If you want to vote on this, I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds because you've had a lot of time to think about it. So throw in the chat right now if you want to vote. What's your okay? Super Tenor ruin. That's 3 ruins. Forget it exists for Carrie. Okay. All right. We'll give you guys another, like I say, like 15 seconds. Okay.
Average means a worthy reimagining. I don't know.
Yeah, that's not a category.
Well,
Wayne.
you know, the thing when Halloween came out, I think what really hurt it is everybody thought it was going to be as good as the original, and usually remakes isn't. There's some you could say okay, but if you go in the movie theater think it's going to be better than the original, that movie already lost.
It did,
because if they do one thing that's different, you know, they're going to get eaten. Yeah, ruined my childhood. And JT's fired. Hey man, just giving an opinion.
And there's another. Yeah, that's right. We support all opinions there.
Yeah.
You know, and respectfully.
I always said it. Craven, you know, Steven always heard me say, I think it's better than the original. For 3 years now, he heard
that's
me.
right.
And I'm not going to change my guns.
You shouldn't. You should never do
Because,
that.
like I said, if you put all the Michaels together and fight, yeah, I think Tyler takes everybody.
All right, guys, that's our Halloween talk for Zombie, and the consensus overall is ruined childhood. But listen, if you are not happy with that category, you're like, no, it's got to go up. But at least one, you can send a super chat right now and say, hey, please move it up 1 category. And every super chat that comes through, you can send in to continue to raise it up higher. If power is in your hands tonight, guys, I'm giving you guys a lot of power in the chat. So that's another way you control the stream. And, you know, another way you guys control the stream is I had a super chat challenge tonight, an instant challenge, as you guys know. And if we hit the goal of 15 by 8:45, well, guess what? Guys, we hit it by 8:30. It's done. The goal has been hit.
Hey!
And congratulations, guys, to you in the chat. Thank you all for your support tonight. It really does mean a difference. It helps the channel out so much. And everyone, we're going to 9:30. We're going another hour. How about that? Let's go. We're doing it.
All right.
So thank you so
hour
much.
to make people all mad.
Talking Star Wars even sent a super chat to say it ruined my childhood. Make sure.
Y'all just don't know what good movies is anymore. Well, you know, the thing with remakes,
call it the violin crew. Violins to stage.
The thing about remakes, you know, I get it. They're going after the younger generation. Well, they're going after the younger generation. I mean, that's basically all of them. Because they got us. But you know, this is how these movies survive: is they have to remake them and go after the kids.
True.
And then we got us saying that's just bull. It's like it's awful. So this is always going to be a cycle. We're probably going to be like 50, 60 years old, still saying the same thing. It's still better than the original. I don't give a damn. What are we talking about again?
Oh, yeah, right. What's the topic for tonight? Hey,
Michael Myers was too big in the remake.
Too big in the remake. That's right. Denisha sending in a $20 super chat. Wow. Thank you, Denisha. Man, that's so nice. Speaking of OGs, Denisha going back to the beginning of the channel says, hey, Stephen and Marcus and my buddy Destin. Hope you guys having a great day. I got Final Destination Bloodlines on pre-order for Apple TV. Nice. Good job.
So, because I like Rob Zombie's Halloween, you left me out. Didn't say how to.
I mean, you know, JT.
JT,
I mean, I don't know what to say, brother. We love you. We still love you. Thank you, Denisha, for your super chat. So generous of you. And I'm glad you got it pre-ordered. I'm hearing a lot of good things about the movie. So
yeah, so am I.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, got some more super chats to get through, guys. Atrol sitting at $2 says, ruined my childhood, but worthy because Joe Grizzly.
Yeah, that's right. I got a Taco Supreme talking back at me.
It's gonna be a while.
It's gonna be a while. That's great. Carrie sitting in a super chat. Thank you, Carrie. It says top 3 remakes. TCM, 13 Ghost, and The Haunting. Oh, okay.
Mm.
There's
Interesting.
some good choices right there.
Mm-hmm.
Very
H.
interesting.
Rawl sending in a super chat to help out. Thank you so much. Another one too. Thank you. All right. Talking Star Wars. Richard Schiff or Schiff, I'm not sure how you pronounce the name, would be a great Loomis. I got to look that guy up
How
because
about I'm doing my research right now?
Yeah,
I
I
always
know.
said,
Do you know who
you
it
know-
is, JT?
no, my pick for Loomis, because I always want to do the TV show to follow Loomis, and I always forget his name. McAvoy, James McAvoy. I want him to play Loomis.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Oh, that would be an interesting choice for sure.
yeah.
I know
Oh, I
back
know
in the
who
day,
Schiff
like the
is.
pick. I know back in the day, the big pick a lot of people wanted to see was like Ben Kingsley or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Richard
okay,
Schiff was the head doctor on the Good Doctor TV show. If you guys ever watched that, I recognize him immediately. I could see him being a Loomis type.
And
for
everybody
sure.
on the panel is
Oh,
pulling their cell phones
yeah.
out right now. It's like, who the
You know who I
hell?
think would be a good one?
Who's
Who's
that?
that?
Paul Walter Hauser. I think y'all know who Paul Walter Hauser is. He's
Look
coming
him
up.
up.
He was in Cobra Kai.
Oh, him.
oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I know who you're
Yeah.
talking about. The redhead
Yeah.
beard.
Yeah, man, I think he would. He's even. If you've ever seen, there's a show on Apple TV called Blackbird, where he's a psychopath.
Oh, I haven't
He
seen
can
that.
do
Oh,
some
yeah,
serious
okay.
stuff.
Richard Schiff, I see. Okay, I know who he is now.
Yeah.
I suck
Okay.
at names, man.
I like him
Me
though.
too.
I think
Yeah,
he's got some
I'm not
great
gonna
range.
lie. I can see Paul Walter Hauser because if you give him the Loomis ball top with the fade out on the
Mhm.
side with the beard, yeah,
Yeah.
he's kind of got like the eyes of Donald Pleasance a little bit. I can see that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I could see that.
I could see it too. Yeah.
Watch
All
Blackbird
right.
on Apple
Yeah,
TV.
I want to now that knowing he's a psychopath. I'm going to watch that. Talking Star Wars. Thanks for your support. Jeff Hill was helping us reach the goal with a $2 super chat.
Nice.
Thank you, Jeff. Russell coming back with another $2 super chat. You rock, Steven. Well, thank you. Hi, Destin. JT. See there,
Hey,
JT.
there it is.
And
I'm in this
Marcus.
one.
Hey, guys.
Russell.
Rafa, I want to mention, make sure you guys subscribe to my guests. They all have amazing channels. I know the links have been going up. Thank you, Val and Julie, for posting the links to all of their channels in the chat. So do make sure you go to subscribe. They have great content, lots of great live streams, lots of Scream Talk. JT is all about the live streams, and he has
All
some
about the
unique
live.
stuff going
Yeah.
on.
I'm about to
So-
push 160 subs. All
And
streams.
see, all
not one
streams.
video.
That is fantastic, bro. And that's very hard to do with all
Yeah.
streams.
It is.
Very difficult. So, guys, please go and subscribe to each of their links. Hit the links, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon.
It's fun.
It's fun. That's right. It's going to be a lot of fun. Super Tenor coming in. Thank you, buddy. Says
He
Michael
cried,
Myers
bro. He
He's
cried.
never been just human, in my opinion. Hashtag possessed.
Yes.
Yep, I agree.
He cried. He cried. Y'all can't take that away. He cried, and he couldn't go after a 10-year-old girl. Looked at a 10-year-old girl in the face and cried. And I always said that was like his last human emotion. I always said that. I always
That was
said
the last tear he had.
that's the last that he was human, and that's why he didn't like it. And he put the mask back on. But he cried. He cried. If they
That
ever,
in
like do
itself-
the movie, and cut
JT,
that,
you made a great point by bringing that up, but that in itself just shows how much of a travesty that fifth movie was.
It was rough. It was rough,
that's
guys.
why, as a Freddy guy, I love it. It's like, at least my guy never cried. That's all I'm saying.
That's right.
Dang, man.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh. All right, guys, let's keep moving. Johnny with a $5 super chat. He says, sorry, I'm going off topic, but who would you cast in a stab movie from the 90s actors to play the OG Screamcast? You like the Wayans scary movie parodies? Yes.
Yeah.
I'll answer the last thing first.
Mm.
I like Scary Movie and Scary Movie 2. Scary 2 is my favorite. I like Scary Movie 2 better than Scary Movie, if you can believe that. I do. Oh man, guys, we can't spend a lot of time on this because with all four of us giving cast members, it's
I
going to
have
take a
to
lot
actually
of
do
time.
homework honestly.
Yeah, and that's not
Really.
actually not a bad idea either to really get, because you
Yeah.
think of some of these '90s guys, and
Yeah.
a lot of them they were in the Scream movies, like
Yeah.
Josh
Yeah.
Hartnett, Sarah Michelle Gellar. I started, all these names. A lot of those people would have been good as the lead roles, but in Stab, if you're putting them into Stab. Anybody want to give? How about everybody just give one character? Let's give Johnny something here because he gave a $5 super chat. So, um, let's pick maybe one character each. One do Sydney, one do Dewey, one do Gail, and the other do or Billy and Stu. Who, it doesn't really matter. Any you guys can pick. I'm gonna start with JT. I know JT, not to put you on the spot, but
so Dewey, I'm gonna go with Dewey.
Okay.
Okay. And I'll probably do either Jim Brewer, because I think it'd be funny, or Jim Carrey. So it's gonna be a Jim.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Because I'm trying to think of '90s. I'm like, well, these are two people that I know from the '90s, and Dewey's kind of funny and clumsy. Jim Brewer from Dazed, and not like Dazed Confused Jim Brewer, like comedian. His stand-up Jim Brewer or Jim Carrey. Yeah. All right, I'm done. You're next.
All right, we'll keep it going. Marcus.
Man, that's a good question. I'd have to go I'll go Billy Loomis, Johnny Depp.
There you go.
That's
that makes sense.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's a good one.
That is a very good one. Yes. Okay. Dostin, who are you picking?
I'm gonna pick with Randy. I would pick Seth Green to play Randy.
Okay. Yeah.
I could totally. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. It does. All right. For me, I'm going to go with Stu Macher, and I'm going to go with Joshua Jackson. That's my guy for Stu. I think he can totally pull off that role. Yeah, in a Stab movie.
Wow.
Imitating him. Yep.
Nice.
So those are our picks. Thank you so much, Johnny, for that super chat. And I'm about to play some super chat clips. I haven't played one yet, but I'm going to. Don't worry. And Jeff, with the last super chat I have right now, this will clear it out for now. $5. Thank you, Jeff. My top 3 remakes. Here we go. It's Friday the 13th, TCM, and The Hills Have Eyes. Ooh,
nice.
Those are all on the list tonight. Hopefully we'll try to get to some of these pretty here in a minute. Good choices, Jeff. Honestly, I like all of those. So I could definitely hang out at your house for a watch party night watching those 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. You guys agree? You guys like those?
Yeah.
Choices?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So listen, it's time for some super chat clips. I'm going to play a couple because you guys have been super generous tonight. We hit the goal. And so, sometimes when you look at sci-fi movies and deaths in sci-fi, sometimes you like to look back to old school, right? The old school ways of doing things and practical effects and all that great stuff. And here's an example of what I would say is old school way of doing things. Here we go.
Big Bomba! Big Bomba!
What the hell?
Well, that's a different form of Power Ranger I've never seen.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, this has got Power Rangers all over it.
Yeah, the Wish.com Power Rangers.
Yeah, somehow this rocket turns into an exploding rat, which blows up when they hit the ground. You gotta love it. Let me go with another one, guys, for all your generosity tonight. Sometimes, you're looking at for love and stuff, and don't worry, Destin. I'm not gonna put that through you again, just as I did the other day. But sometimes, and this may ding my stream, honestly, I've been really leery whether I wanted to play this clip. I'm just hoping that the singing is gonna help it not be algorithm caught, but I'm rolling the dice on this. I may have to go back and take it out otherwise I'll demonetize the stream. But sometimes when you're looking for love, guys and gals, you just find yourself, all by yourself. And That's no fun. Just like listening to this woman sing. Check it out.
Don't wanna be home by myself anymore.
Earplugs optional. Yeah.
Well, if you
Wow.
stopped singing, you wouldn't be by yourself.
Maybe, maybe your singing is what's making everyone run.
Yeah, like, that's
Oh.
you can hear the breath taking.
I know.
It's
Yeah,
like
she had
Ace
to
Ventura
stop.
when
Yeah,
he
in the
shut
middle.
the
Almost
door.
took my headphones off.
Yeah.
Oh
It was-
man.
That's what
That's
they call
gold.
cringe. That is cringe. Yes.
Yeah,
That is definitely cringe.
yeah, that crowd is definitely staged.
It had to be.
It
Or
had
they
to
just
be.
felt sorry for her, like, oh.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
not real
one of the
crowd.
two. Yeah.
If it was a real crowd, you suck. Shut up. Get
kind of
off.
reminded me of like Destin Simpson or something.
Oh,
Back in the day.
Yeah. Woo. Okay. All right, moving on. Hopefully, like I say, it won't hurt the stream, but don't. I
I don't think it will because it feels sorry for
Yeah.
you playing it. It's like I feel sorry for this girl.
The
She's gonna
algorithm
need
may
some.
say, "No, I'm going to skip this one."
Let
Yeah,
this one
right.
just go by.
Oh gosh. All right, guys, let's get back to it. Whose turn is it to pick a movie now?
You.
I forgot. Oh, it's back. It's up to me now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So in that case, it was just talked about on Jeff's live stream, and it is the Wes Craven produced Hills Have Eyes, which is a remake of course, his film, The Hills Have Eyes from 1977. Wes Craven endorsed this film. He produced the movie. I remember interviews with him talking about it. He was pleased with what they did and how they reinvented it in a little different way. So this movie to me is very intense. I mean, the family in this one is, oh my gosh, the way they made them look, the makeup, the practical effects were fantastic. It was a gory movie.
Yep.
And I mean, talking about no mercy, man. They just woo. I thought it was a very good remake, and this is a Wes Craven film, so I'm really, it takes a lot for me to really get into a remake of his. It's got to be done really well. And when I first heard it was coming out, I didn't even want to watch it because I'm like, no, you don't mess with the Wes classic like that. And then when I saw Wes is involved in the movie by producing the film, endorsing it, I said, okay, if Wes is good with this, I'm going to go watch it. And saw it in theaters. And it's not an easy watch. There's some scenes that are very difficult for me to get through in this movie. I'm not going to lie about that. It's super, super intense. And I thought that was good. I liked what they did with it. I didn't feel it stepped on the shoes of Wes's movie. I think it was a nice re-envisioning of it. So for me, I thought this was a worthy reimagining, which I'm going to put it for me right now. JT, we'll start with you and we'll come up.
Well, it won't take me long. I'm just piggybacking what you said. Yeah, I mean, I did like this. Like I said, I didn't feel like it really messed with the original as much. I did like the practical effects and the effects that they did because when you talk about this movie, that's why I was like, what are they going to look like? And there are some scenes that are rough, but I didn't turn away because, like I said, I didn't watch it in theater. I rented it.
Okay.
And so when I rented it, it's like I didn't turn away. It kept me, involved. So for me,
Yes.
I would say it's definitely a worth. If I stay engaged to it, it's worth a reimagining. So I'm right there. I'm with you.
Oh yeah. Wayne Turner hasn't seen it yet. Yeah, Wayne, you should check it out, man.
Yeah.
It's, I think, one of the better remakes of the 2000s, honestly. Okay, Destin. Marcus. Got to go in order. Marcus, what do you think about the remake?
I'm in lockstep with you and JT. I think it's worthy of a reimagining. I do agree. It was one of the better remakes that came out around that time. And actually, because I thought that this was like an entirely new movie, I didn't know there was an original one. So watching this one made me go back and watch the original one. And though I
Wow,
do think
good.
the original one is still better, this was still a fantastic remake. West, obviously had a hand in it, but these creators, they did what they wanted with it. They kind of made it their own to a degree, but they didn't do it to where it took you out of the feel of it still being a Wes Craven style movie. Like they
Mhm.
paid a lot of homage to Wes in that film, and in my opinion, and it was definitely brutal. The family, like you said, Steven, the makeup and
Yeah.
everything was awesome. Like it didn't look like, unauthentic. It looked, everything was in place. It was really a job well done. And
Mhm.
yeah, I would definitely rewatch this movie again anytime.
Mhm. Me too. Actually, it'd be a fun watch party sometime.
Yes.
It really would. I haven't seen it in a while, so I'd like to see it again. Destin, what'd you think about it, man?
Well, I did see this in theater. And when we talk about remakes, there's only very few that would even live up to GOAT status. And I think this one would have to be GOAT status, in my opinion. Because
Wow.
because Wes Craven is involved. If he wasn't involved
Right.
and they didn't show
Mhm.
respect, it wouldn't get that status. But I think this movie succeeds on every level. The cinematography is great, the directing's
Yes, it
great.
is. Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
There's certain scenes I still can't get out of my head to this day, and I've only seen the movie like 2 or 3 times. But it's one of those that is kind of like, I don't know if I want to watch certain scenes again from that movie.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, bro.
And there's not a lot of movies that really do that to me, but I know that this movie was perfectly well made. And I think it just like it took it to another level to where things do go. I just think it's like from a technical standpoint to the acting to the horrificness to everything. I just think it succeeds on every level. And I don't think we could have got a better remake out of it. So
Mhm.
yes, it's very few far in between with remakes, but this is GOAT status in my opinion.
Nice. Very nice. Okay, so on the panel, we've got 3 worthy reimaginings, 1 GOAT. I love that. And I see it's kind of a broad mix in the audience. A lot of really good remakes, worthy reimagining, better than the original. Wow, very good. Better than the original. Okay. Anybody else? I'm trying to see if we got any make. Yeah, Chris is exactly what Destin said. I agree. It's a rare remake that stands right by the original. It doesn't, in my mind, exceed it. It's right. It's like right hand and left hand right there. It's like that. I agree. I think it's a good way to say it.
Mm.
All right. Yeah, Wayne says I'm a fan of the remake director. Yeah. I forgot the director there that West got in on that movie, but it's a good
Alexandra Aja or
that's it.
yeah,
Aya or whatever. Yes,
yeah.
that's right. Yeah, he did really, really good.
I like the way he directs his movies.
Mhm.
They look really good.
That's right. Okay, I think the consensus overall is going to be a worthy reimagining. So, if you guys want to move up The Hills Have Eyes to 1 more level or down 1 level, shame on you. No, I'm kidding. You can send a super chat saying move it up or move it down, and I'll go 1 level. You have the power. All right. Okay, JT, your turn again, buddy.
All right.
Let me get these posters all up for you. There you go.
I got skipped. I didn't get to pick a movie.
Wait. JT, seriously, Destin, for real?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
JT, you pick.
Did we skip you?
Nightmare on Elm Street. That was me.
yeah,
Halloween.
Halloween.
Oh,
And then
you're right.
So we skipped it. See how
I'm
it
out.
feels? I got skipped in a super chat. So now you know how it feels.
That's exactly. Destin, I'm so sorry, bro. That
No,
was
you're good.
That was an
You're
accident,
good.
man.
No, it's all
Um,
good. It's all good.
I get caught up in our discussions and I lose where I'm at. Okay, go ahead, Destin. Pick your movie, bro.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and get this one out the way because I was waiting to see if anybody was going to pick it. I'm glad you didn't, but I'm going to do Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake.
All right. If you see the poster, let me know if you would have which row it's on. So
It's on the top row, like
Right
right
here?
in the middle. Top row.
I have it.
Oh,
Eh,
oh, you got it on there
Right
twice.
there.
Oh, it's on there
Yeah,
2
that's
times.
just
Okay,
awesome.
very good.
Yeah.
Well,
That's how good
this
it is.
This one's bigger. So, all right. So here it is, guys. This is the movie we're doing right here. The remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Destin, you have the floor, sir.
All right, like I said with Hills Have Eyes, there's only very few remakes that I feel like is GOAT status. And I do
Okay.
enjoy that original movie, and I know it's beloved by a lot of people. I've watched it several times. Certain things really annoy me about the movie. Certain characters and everything. It's just it's almost hard for me to get through just because of certain things.
Okay.
But this movie hit me at the right time. I was working at the movie theater. We used to lock down the theater after hours, and we would watch movies before they came out, and this was one of them. And me and some theater friends, we just had a blast watching this. And I think on a technical level, it's awesome. I think there's dread. I think Leatherface is in the family and everybody. It hit all the right spots for me. I'm going to say GOAT status as well.
Okay. We have one vote on the panel for GOAT status for the Texas Chainsaw remake. This is one that I recently saw. JT, I think you were a part of that, my friend. Yep.
Friday night or Friday matinee, baby.
Friday matinee. That's right. I used to do Friday. For those of you who remember, a while back last year, I did Friday matinees where we would meet every Friday morning at 11 a.m. Central for a movie watch party, and it was really a lot of fun. And I actually thought about trying to revive some version of that in the evenings or something. But anyway, or maybe like in the afternoons on a weekend or something where people can attend. Anyway, that was one that JT kept telling me, dude, you got to watch this movie, and so did Knight. They stayed on me constantly, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to push it any longer because I know if you're saying this about it, I'm gonna like this movie. And I really did like the movie. I did, honestly. I enjoyed it. I love the original. I still love the original. I think that you can't beat that 1974 grittiness, the look of it, the way it's done. It's really it's classic. Let's be honest. It's a horror classic. But having said that, I also enjoyed the remake a lot, and I watched that movie and said, okay, I get it. I see why JT was on me about this, and I thought the performances were really well done. And is this the one? Tell me again who the final girl was in this one, JT.
It was
The actress,
Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel. That's right.
Biel. Yeah.
Yep, I knew it was. I was like, I know it's Jessica. I couldn't remember if it was which one.
Mm-hmm.
She was great. I really liked her performance in this movie. So I won't drag this out any longer. I think for me, this was. I still like the original number one, but my remake here as number two, for sure, a strong two. It's a worthy reimagining for me, 100%. Really good. We're going down to JT now.
This remake is the reason why everybody started doing remakes. How successful it was. Now, I did like 74, but when this came out, just the look of Leatherface is creepy. I mean, I was always intimidated of Leatherface, but seeing him like this, the family, Ari, come on. We got Ari in this, and he was hilarious in it. I liked how it looked, the feel, it's just everything about it. This, for me, is my favorite remake of all.
Ooh.
So it's definitely GOAT for me. It has to be GOAT because I just like Halloween, checked every box. It's just good. I mean, that's really, it's like you can say all these things. You if you haven't seen it, you will enjoy it. You need to watch this movie.
Yep.
And then you'll get it. You'll be like, oh, okay. There's a couple things that I didn't like during it, like his mask off. Didn't like that at all because like the mysterious with Halloween for you all, Michael. It was gone. That's how it was with when we actually seen what Bubba looks like without the mask. And for me, he was so mysterious. Nobody knew what he looked like, and that's really the only bad thing, really, honestly.
Yeah,
not too one that, but yeah, GOAT for me.
Okay, that's two GOATs, right? Destin, yours was a GOAT as well, I think, right? Yeah. All right, Marcus, what's your opinion and your ranking?
Well, you might as well add a third GOAT because to me, this is my favorite remake of all of them.
Okay.
I thought it was so well done. Like you, Steven, I love the original still or whatnot. But I guess for me, the reason why I like this one more than the original, the score, it was so intense. Those chase scenes, And then also the look of Leatherface, like how I said to me, Michael shouldn't, just my opinion, shouldn't be that big. This was perfect for Leatherface to have some size on him.
Yeah.
Especially, he was so scary running after them with that chainsaw.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, it was just beautiful. The cast was great. You had Jennifer Bill, you had Arlie, Jessica Biel, you had Arlie Ermy, as the sheriff.
That's
You
right.
can't go wrong with him. Like, it was just so well done. They really captured the backroads Texas feel.
Yeah.
I feel like they kind of matched the grittiness of the original. I do agree, Steven, that there were certain spots in the original that was a little bit more darker, but I just felt like from overall characters, I like the characters better in the remake. I like Leatherface better. I like Arlie Ermey's character. I just felt like this was and like JT said, this was the movie that started getting all the big IPs remade. So I think that's says for something, and it felt real. Like, it felt like it was kind of like the real story.
Yeah. The opening of the movie. Oh, dude, with their documenting and everything, so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yes. And I will add this little nugget in there. I don't know if you know about this, JT or Destin, but if you go back and watch the basically the DVD and the deleted scenes and stuff, there could have been room there for Jessica Biel's character to return, because she ended up in a mental asylum and she gave those kids up for adoption. I don't know if you guys knew about that side story or whatnot, but they were going to add that. They were going to add that in the ending of the movie, and they decided to leave it out and stuff like that. But just to wrap this up, I don't see any remake out there that's better than this one. It was brutal. It was suspenseful. The score was fantastic. The characters were fantastic. It was just all across the board. It was a fantastic movie, and I'm giving it GOAT status.
Nice. All right. Wow. Well,
the second thing I didn't like. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, go
They
ahead.
cut his damn arm off. I think that's probably why we didn't get a sequel, because she cut it. I mean, I get it, but I'm like, what? You cut his arm off, and then we didn't get a sequel. I'm like, well, that makes sense.
I always thought that
Yeah.
the little boy Jedediah could have took over.
Good point. Yeah.
It would have been a nice little tie-in to the original, because that was his name in that movie. I always thought that, okay, if they wanted to pick this up years later, Jedediah could have took over the family legacy.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay. Well, we got three goats on the panel, and I know some of you guys have already voted, but if you go ahead and let me see what I can find in the chat. Vote right now, 30 seconds. I know I see Worthy Reimagining. Let's take a look here.
Hang on.
Well, right now,
There you go.
TCM is the GOAT. I see the GOAT. We got one for the GOAT in the chat. Worthy Remake. Okay. Right now, the GOAT is leading.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at you guys. Let's see what you're laughing about now. Guys Russell.
You never said we couldn't do it. So it's like,
oh, Lord.
We're in the chat too, man.
You guys. You guys are nothing but troublemakers, man. Nothing but troublemakers. Worthy Reimagining. Russell says GOAT. All right, I think we're going to give it GOAT, because it's clearly, I'm not double counting, guys. I'm not double counting. Don't worry.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
You didn't
Just the
need it.
GOAT.
You got it. Yeah. You guys
Wrong
got
one.
it.
Wrong movie.
Wrong movie. I mean, I'm okay with it being there.
Or
but-
did I?
Calling us a bunch of trouble, man.
Oh, yeah,
You gotta go, Holly. Go ahead.
Oh.
Make me happy.
Or maybe it's that one. Oh,
See,
yeah.
deep down, I really think deep down he likes Rob Zombie's Halloween. He just doesn't want to say
Dude, I will tell you. I will tell you if I liked it, and I do not like it.
He's getting all
promise.
flustered.
Yeah, like, dude, no,
That's passion. What are you talking? That's
That
not
is
anger. That's passion.
All right. All right. I'm going to start back down at the bottom instead of me going next. Sorry. Yeah, why not? Let's go two in a row. You get two in a row for being skipped. So we'll go Destin, then Marcus, then JT, then I'll go. Excuse me. Then I'll go. All right, Destin.
Hmm. Wasn't expecting this. Hold on, let me see the whole list. Let's go Evil Dead.
All right, help me out because there's a really small.
All the way, second row, all the way at the end.
Yep, that's it. All right, we are doing the Evil Dead remake. Everybody in the chat. All right, Destin, go ahead, buddy. Tell us your thoughts.
I love this movie. I absolutely love this remake. I think they exceed expectations. If I had to put it, I do adore the original. I'm actually more of a fan of Evil Dead 2, so I don't have that much of love for the original as some. Even though Evil Dead 2 is kind of like a loosely remake itself. This one just, I was wondering how they were going to handle this. I think they gave away too much in the trailer. I felt like I saw the entire movie in the trailer. That's the only thing that brought it down for me. But taking that away, say I didn't see the trailer, this movie is better than the original. And I also have to say, man, I don't want to keep doing it, but I think it's GOAT status. I think this is how you do a remake. I think this is, if I had to put the two movies side by side, the original and this one, I'm picking this one every time to watch.
Okay. All right. So your status for this movie, where you rank it at? Your final vote?
GOAT.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, Marcus, what do you think about this remake of Evil Dead?
Goated all the way. I really was not too big of a fan of the original Evil Dead. They were watchable to me because they were enjoyable. But I mean, I get it. It was the times back then, but I just felt like the makeup was, not well done. It was poorly done. I thought a lot of the dialogue in the original stuff was cheesy. I know some people are going to hate me for this. I do not like Army of Darkness. So,
I love that movie.
I cannot get into it. When
Okay.
this came out, seeing the trailer, much like Destin said, I do feel like they gave a lot in the trailer. It kind of does feel like you watched the whole movie. But what drew me to this remake was it looked way more serious. And then when I went to go see it, I just remember like, wow, this now, like what Destin said, this is what a remake is supposed to be. If you're going to do a reimagining of an original iconic classic IP, this is how you do it. But it exceeded it, in my opinion, as well. Like, I thought it was very, brutal. It was serious. It had a lot of tense tone to it. And I also like the fact at the end we got a creature, that we got to see something, in regards to, what is behind, what is behind, here in the cabin and stuff like that, this entity. And I thought the characters were great, especially Jane Levy, awesome in this movie, so it checked all the boxes for me. I got to put it up in GOAT status because this is one of the few remakes that I feel like deserves to be in that spot because it just made me a fan of the Evil Dead franchise more than the original did.
Okay, man. Powerful. I love it. Okay. JT, I'm curious to what your feelings are on this movie and where you'll rank it.
Seen it once. I ain't never gonna see it again.
Okay.
I went. Me and my wife went in the theater because it's supposed to be serious. We was laughing through the whole thing. It was. It didn't keep me. It's like paying attention. Like we was laughing literally, especially when she was possessed and everything. And you got that little meat cutter and everything. It's like I didn't get it. It's like I see they're getting serious, but I don't see why they're serious. So for me, it's like forget it. It exists. Like I literally only seen it once. But that's just my pick. Maybe I need to go and watch it again. But I remember in the theater, me and my wife was laughing almost pretty much through the whole movie. I'm like, I'm here to watch a horror movie, and that's why I went to see it because same way Evil Dead. I don't like the cheesy. I get the cheesy, but I'm not the biggest fan of Evil Dead. I love Evil Dead Rise. I love that.
That is better.
I went to that theater hoping like, okay, and for me it wasn't serious, I guess. And maybe I wasn't in the right mindset. So I'll rewatch it, but I got to be honest, I forget that it exists.
Okay. All right. So in the chat, we've got this is an overwhelming landslide. It is worthy reimagining. 2, 4, 6, It's for me a worthy reimagining. That's 7 as well. So my thoughts on it. I don't have much more to elaborate on it. Honestly, you guys have already, I think, pretty much said all I have to say. I've only seen it once as well. But just so you know, I'm not a big fan of the Evil Dead franchise. Period. Any of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just not my cup of tea. I'm a slasher guy. That's my number one status.
I agree. I agree with you. I agree
So
with you. Like I said, I like the new one, Rise.
Yeah,
So, I was the same.
I
I'm
did see
not a
that
big
one.
fan.
Yeah, it's
of
just.
the franchise. Yeah.
But I have seen them all, and I will say that Army of Darkness is my favorite only because I love that it's just a fun movie. It doesn't take itself serious. It's great. All the one-liners from Ash, I can't even begin to go. I can't even begin to start that whole thing. Shop smart, shop as smart. It's like, oh, gosh,
No, I like
dude.
the show, Ash
Yeah.
versus Evil Dead. I did like that show. I watched all the seasons.
Yeah, I watched the first episode.
Mm.
I never watched another one. I need to get back to it. I want to try it again. I do, but I haven't done it yet. So, all right, a worthy reimagining for Evil Dead remake is the consensus. But if you don't like that ranking, you think no, it needs to go on up into one of these two. You can do it right now. You send a super chat in saying, "Hey, move that up a level." Or down a level, even if you want that. And you have the power to do so. All right.
We tried, Marcus. We tried.
Oh, it's all good.
Boys?
A worthy reimagining is better than forget it exists or ruin my childhood.
Yeah.
So
Like,
we'll
the
take
thing
what we
is, I
get.
guarantee if I watch this, I'll probably change my mind now because I am older.
Yeah.
And I actually
Right.
pay attention to the store and everything. So it's like I said, it could change tomorrow. So
It could.
Yeah.
No, I get that. And that's the beauty of all this, And we're just sharing our opinions, guys.
Yeah.
Everybody in the chat. That's all this is. We're just, opinions vary as much as, ice cream flavors at Baskin Robbins. So take your pick, and if you go back the next day, you may want a different flavor. It's just how it works. So it's all good. That's why we do it. And honestly, if we all said the same thing about every one of these movies, that would be pretty dull.
Yeah.
It really would. I mean,
Yeah.
unless we're talking about a Wes Craven movie and it's all goat status, then I think it would be pretty fun. That's the only exception.
What about this movie, Goat? That's all we're gonna say. Goat.
Never remake Scream. Never remake.
Oh,
You
Lord,
know,
no.
the thing is, dude, eventually they will. It's eventually going to happen. Hopefully 10, 15 years from now.
Oh my God.
I'll be a grandpa.
Yeah. Like we're gonna be old. Yeah.
Hopefully, Scream keeps having this cloak of somewhat invincibility in regards to, okay, we'll reimagine certain things from the franchise, but we're not touching that original.
Yeah.
No, not the
We're
original.
leaving that alone. Leave that alone. Do
I
not
think
touch it.
what Child's Play was the last one that finally got a remake. It was like it was fighting the whole time not to be remade. And then Child's Play eventually hit remake status. Which I see it's on here, so
we might be talking about
we
that
might
one.
be talking about
All right, whose turn is it now? Keep me honest.
Marcus, because
All
we're
right,
going back
Marcus.
down, right?
All
That's
right.
right, we're going down.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right.
Yep.
So let me see what we got here. Ooh. Let's go with the town that dreaded sundown.
There it is.
Yeah. That bad boy right there.
All right. All right, Marcus, get us started.
I think it's better than the original. I'm not going to put it in GOAT status. I wouldn't mind doing it. I just feel like there are better remakes ahead of it to go into GOAT status. But I do think it's better than the original, and I feel like it's just because 2014 was more of my time, my era. I have watched the original. I like it. I just don't like it as much as this one. I felt this one was brutal when it needed to be, but it was also good storytelling, and it had a really, really good twist, that I feel like wasn't predictable. You did not predict it. You didn't see it coming, and the killer was aggressive. It was scary. It was suspenseful. The score was great. They had moments, where there was some, cringy brutality to it, but that it made the movie what it was. And there was also this one shot in the movie that I remember in particular where I can't remember the main character's like having a dream or something, but she's like walking in the middle of the street basically, and there's like nobody around, and the street was just like all foggy and ambiance and stuff like that. And I thought that was a really good shot. The cinematography was really well done, and that scene really stood out to me. So altogether, I'm going to say it's better than the original. It's definitely worth a watch. If you have never seen The Town That Dreaded Sundown, I'm actually working on a live stream for that, so you guys might have to come over and hang out and watch it. But it's definitely awesome. I feel like it does not get enough attention like it should.
Okay. All right. And you're ranking it as GOAT, correct?
No, I'm putting it better than the original.
Better than original. Got it. Okay. JT, what do you think about this remake? Did you get a chance to see this?
Everything Marcus said, I agree. It doesn't get enough tension. It should, like, they don't. A lot of these remakes, they go too big. They didn't with this one. They kept it simple. It's keep it simple, stupid. That's all you have to do. I like how he looked. Like everything he said took it right out of my mouth. So yeah, I enjoyed this one. I think it is better than the original. So see how easy that is.
Just like that.
Yeah, I mean he looks good, and I like the original too, but I do like this one better than the original. So yeah.
Yep. I'll be quick. I also put it as better than the original. I really liked it. Marcus, you and I were chatting a little bit earlier actually about this movie. And I love the twist. I did not see it either, Marcus. I thought that was great. And love the killer. You know, like I said, the look was great. The execution of the kills were great. And I enjoy the characters and the story that was going on within the movie. There was a great storyline. And I really liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. And so I will put it for me as well better than the original.
There we go.
All right.
3.
And Destin, what do you think about it?
Ruined my childhood watch. No.
Hey, we all agree on something. It's better than the original.
Hey!
No.
Y'all thought I was going to be hard, right? Nah.
No.
No, I really enjoyed this movie. This movie it kind of fell under the radar, I think. Because
It did.
When it first came out, I didn't hear a lot of people really talking about it enough. And when I watched it, I was like, this is really well made. This is a good story. It had a great twist. It succeeded expectations. I've seen the original, but I wasn't like a big uber fan about it or anything like that. So I really didn't care either way. But definitely I would pick this over the original. I don't really know if it really deserves GOAT status because honestly, sometimes when it comes to like horror remakes or even horror movies in general, I tend to forget about this. I don't know why. I really don't know why, but I do remember it, and I did like it a lot. So yeah, better than the original.
All right, we're gonna leave it right there. Let's
this
keep
movie
moving.
is kind of like Bloody Valentine.
There's a lot of similarities in both of those
franchise. And the funny thing, I talked to somebody who watched this, like they took it, because with the sax, like they took it from Jason. I was like, you got that backwards. Actually, the original had a sack head before Jason even came around. I said, which I always think is funny. That's how you can tell a horror fan and not a horror fan. It's like, oh, they took it from Jason. Like, okay, you don't know what you're talking about. Right.
And I think the original movie, if I'm not mistaken, the original movie came out before Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I believe you're right. Because that's what my buddy Zero told me. He goes, they took that from Friday 13th, and then I believe he showed me. So that's how I knew it. Because I thought Friday 13th came out before. I think it came out before.
Yeah, and what's great about this movie too, where I found it, was on Netflix.
Yeah.
I saw it on Netflix. I was in the horror section, and I saw the poster for it, and I'm like, ooh. And it reminded me of Scream because of the line, "This looks like the town that dreaded sundown."
Yeah.
So when I saw that title, I'm like, huh, okay. Yeah. So I watched that, then I watched the original. And I like the original, but this one was way better.
And it had Reese Bobby in it. You had Reese Bobby, Ricky Bobby's daddy.
Yeah, Ricky Bobby.
Oh gosh. Is it my turn to give feedback? I think it is, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Oh no. Yeah. Actually, I think I just gave mine, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Destin, you just gave yours. So all right. So I
Yeah.
think we're all good.
We're all good.
All right. So unless someone sends a super chat to change this, we are keeping it better than the original. I think that's where.
Oh, and real quick, it's actually based on a true story.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
It is.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just looked it up. Yeah, because that's like but this is My Body Zero. It came out in '76.
Texarkana?
Go.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it.
Yeah, that's like 2 hours for me.
What the town you said?
Yeah, Texarkana. Isn't that where it's
Texarkana.
supposed to
Yeah,
be?
yeah. I
Yeah,
think
that's
so.
where it was set, right? That's
Where they
the
got
story-
beer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Smokey the Bandit got beer at from Texarkana.
Man, that would be a great location to visit to get some content.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would.
Mm.
All right. All right. Keep me honest, guys. One more time. Whose turn to pick? I forgot. Is
I
it?
think it's mine now.
Yeah, it's
Because Mark-
JT's
All right.
because
All
I
right,
just went.
JT.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, buddy.
We did Leatherface. We did Michael. We did Freddy. So we have to hit the fourth one. Let's go
Mhm.
Friday 13th.
All
Mm.
right. All right. Help me out real quick.
I
What
think
row are we on?
he's third row. 1, 2,
Right
3.
there.
Right there. Yeah.
Oh, it's on there again on the first row.
Is it?
Over by the hitcher.
really?
Oh yeah, I see the other one. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh well.
Oh well, yeah.
Oh well.
Okay.
All right.
Now-
I'll put it here for right now. Okay.
You could probably say that this might be better than the original because had nothing to do with the original. You know, it's like he had his mask and it's like they went 1, 2, 3, put them all together. Okay. I did like this movie. I did like how he looked. I think Derek Mears should have got a better movie, but I like how he looked. I like how he ran. That creeped me the hell out. Him throwing an axe. I like how it was shot and everything. But the hostage, dude, that's the one thing I did not like in the tunnels. That's like, Jason, why would he keep a hostage? And then he has to feed her and take care of her. That's not what Jason does. And it kind of makes him stupid because he saw his mom. If you watch the movie, he saw his mom get beheaded, but he looks at her like, oh, mom, no. Besides that, I think it's a worthy reimagining because they took the first 3 and they put it in one. Because at the end of the day, I'm there to see Jason. They did that. I like the kills, especially with the sleeping bag of the the fire and how it was shot, and then he comes out running machete in the head. It goes to the credits and everything. The start of the film. They never done that before. Almost kind of gave me like a Scream feel, like that was an opening kill. So
yep.
Out of all that, and I watched it plenty of times. For me, it's worth a reimagining.
Okay. Marcus, how do you feel about this remake, man?
I'm right there with JT. It is worth a reimagining. When I first saw this movie, I was not a fan of it, but over time it grew on me. And I think it's because at first I didn't really like the cast too much, but I grew to like the cast. Derek Padalecki, he's always been awesome. I agree with JT. I didn't like the whole him keeping her hostage because he looked at her as, she looked like his mother. And speaking of the mother, I did not at all like that opening scene with them basically reimagining Pamela. Yeah. The lady, no offense to her, to the actress, she just sounded so unbelievable. You need to be punished for what you did. No, you took the aggressiveness that Betsy Palmer, that she brought to that character. And that really upset me. But I agree with JT. Outside of Kane Hodder, in my opinion, Derek Mears is the best Jason we ever got. I thought he was the right size for the character. I loved the aggressiveness, the running. That's what made me want to get up and buy a ticket. Yeah. Was seeing Jason run, because we never really seen that like that before. Like, you've seen glimpses of it, but you never really seen him striding. Yeah. And that was terrifying. The kills were really good. I like it for what it was. It wasn't so much focused on the backstory of Jason Voorhees, kind of like the original. It was just basically, it was a lot of fun. It served its purpose. However, I can't put it above the original because the original with the point of views of the killer, the first person point of view, the reveal that it's his mom at the end, the way that Betsy Palmer played that role, she was fantastic. I can't put it above the original, but it's not a bad remake, and it's definitely worthy of a rewatch. It's a fun time.
Yeah. All right. Destin.
All right, this one's a mixed bag for me, because it's got moments of greatness in it, and it's cramming the three movies together. I do think it's one of the better versions of Jason that we've gotten, besides Kane Hodder. That's great. I love, like, we got to see a little bit of him running and everything. I didn't like that whole how it just, like, the credits was just about the mother getting beheaded and all that kind of stuff. I felt like that should have been maybe the first part of the movie a little bit, maybe the opening scene kind of. And I feel like there was a lot of stuff that they were like rushing. But the opening scene, the characters that we follow at the beginning, I think it's one of the best opening scenes in most horror movie remakes. Like, it was like 22 minutes long. And then you get the title card, and I was like, "Whoa, we're just now getting started." And I thought it was executed perfectly. I was like, I wish they would have stretched that out, because there were scary moments in that, like the guy getting drugged under the floor and everything. Like, I was like, "Oh, this is terrifying." I wish we would have done that, because then it just gets into a formulaic Friday the 13th movie with characters that are not likable. And I didn't like the whole hostage situation. I didn't like the tunnels. And I didn't like the ending either, where they just dump his body and he pops out. I felt like that was rushed. I was like, man, that's just like formulaic. Like you could have done something better with the ending and with Jason's mother at the beginning. I just wanted a little bit more. And I didn't like how the origins of his mask. I wanted there to be a little bit more significance and how he found his mask.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, it's just like I felt there was just like moments like that. Okay, we got to hit this beat, we got to hit that beat, and now we're to the end. And by the end of it, I was just like, and hot take, I don't like a lot of sex and nudity in my horror movie. I think it was distracting, and I think it brings the movie down. I think it makes it a little bit distasteful instead of a really good movie. And so yeah, it's a worthy reimagining. I'll say that because we're up against the original. But I could almost forget it exists too. I'm gonna say worthy of reimagining though. It barely makes it because of that opening. The first 20 minutes of the movie makes the movie for me.
Yeah. Again, I'm going to be pretty quick. I think a worthy reimagining is my ranking as well, and I still love the original. You can't, for me at least, you can't beat that. You can't beat that the mystery, the whodunit aspect, the twist of the mom.
Yeah,
I love that whole. Now, sure, does it get a little slow at times? Yeah, it does, but I still think overall the first one, is absolutely my favorite.
It's a great whodunit. It's a great
whodunit.
Yeah, it's a great whodunit, because and when it's his mom, I think we all had that moment, like, what, his mom?
Yeah, his mom, exactly. It was crazy. It was lovely. I loved it. So yeah, that's gonna always be my number one for the franchise. But this was a good remake. I think it's worthy of this ranking of a worthy reimagining. I think they did a lot of good stuff. They didn't mess up a whole lot, in my opinion. The tunnels, the hostage, all that. Yeah, I don't know why I really understand all that. Why they had to write it that way, because that's just not Jason, man. That we know it's just not. But Derek Mears, right? Mears is his name. Derek Mears. Loved him. He was cool the way he played Jason. Kane Hodder's always going to be my favorite, but but Derek definitely did it justice to the role. So worthy reimagining for me, guys. So, guys, it's time to wrap up. And look, we only got to 2, 4, 6, 7 films. That is insane. Well, that tells me this is worthy of a part 2, don't you think? At some point?
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Because we got the big 4 out of the way. You
We
know,
got the
that's
big four out.
We got the
We
big
sure
four
did.
out of the way. Yeah.
We got still got some great movies to talk
Mhm.
about and some not great movies to talk about. So it'll be fun. So listen, guys, we're going to start to wrap now. We went to 9:30. It was been amazing. Thank you for your super chats tonight, guys. Thanks for hitting the super chat goal. Hold on a second. Let me get this off the screen. There we go. And there we go. Now we can see everybody. Thank you so much for donating to the channel tonight and helping to keep the lights on literally here or on the channel. And I appreciate it. Guys, this has been so much fun. I would love to chat with you all about a continuation of this, perhaps in
Oh, yeah.
June. Maybe we could do a part 2 in June.
For sure.
I think that would be amazing.
For
That would be
sure,
a lot of
yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Sounds good.
So we could definitely do that. But this has been a fun stream. Thank you, everyone who in the chat that came and has been a part of it. You guys are awesome. You know, I love y'all, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream. Real quick before we leave, though, we did get an anniversary that just popped in. Kyle just joining the stream from Flet's Movies and Pop Culture 13. Been a member for 15 months. That's fantastic, Kyle. Thank you, bro. Wow, that's an amazing long time, and I appreciate your monthly support. And it says, "Hey, Steven, Destin, and Marcus, JT, you are all awesome, and cheers to an amazing stream." Hey,
Thank
Thanks, man.
Cheers.
absolutely. I definitely say, yeah. Here, I'll get it on that. Cheers. There we go. I agree, Kyle. Thanks for your faithful support. Super quick, guys. Last question, because Paul has asked this question. Who would you like to see play Jason at Camp Crystal Lake? Rapid response, guys. You got less. I'm gonna give you 60 seconds. Go, Destin.
Shoot, why'd I have to be first? Who would you like to
Someone
see
have-
play Jason in Camp
Yeah,
Crystal
yeah, right.
Lake? I would like to see. No, not that person. I have no idea. Stallone. He was good in Rambo. I feel like he'd be a good Jason.
Man,
All right, Marcus.
that's a good question. I would say it depends on how young Jason is going to be in this series.
Yep.
Man.
Oh, we're talking about the series.
Yeah.
Series.
TV series.
I would say if he's going to be anywhere between like 25 and 35, something like that, I'd say the actor who played In a Violent Nature, who played that killer.
Okay. Yeah.
Good one.
Yep.
Yes, him. I forget his name. I think it's Rise Bear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Good. All right. JT, do you have someone you'd like to see? Like
Now,
Jason?
for the longest time, I said I'd give Jason Momoa a shot because how big he is. Because and I know he's playing Lobo, but I think I'd pick Derek Mears again. Give him another shot at it.
Oh,
I
you
like-
took my answer.
Did I take your answer? I was gonna say,
Yes.
it's like,
I was like,
I
nobody's
like him
gonna
as
say it.
Jason, so why not give him another shot?
I'm with you right now. That's what I didn't think anybody's going to say that. Darn it! But you're right. That's my pick. Derek Mears. Why not? He's plenty young enough to play Jason still, and so yeah, that's who I want. Bring him back. Why not? Let's keep it going. Great question, Paula. Glad you asked that. All right, guys. Well, guys, I'm going to see you backstage in just a minute. In the meantime, everyone, go subscribe to my guest channels, please. Marcus over at I Shot Him 6 Times, Destin over at Destination Station, and of course, my buddy JT over on Nightmare on My Stream. Trust me, you will not be sorry that you did. So please go do that. They've been such a good time tonight. Such a good time. I hope you guys had fun on the panel, guys. You got
Oh, I had
a good
blast.
time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Thank you for the invite.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I was just so happy you could all make it, and because schedules are hard, so it was like when they come together, it feels good. We got the crew together, so
Absolutely.
all right. So we'll see. I'll see y'all backstage. So don't go anywhere just yet. But For everyone else, this is signing off, saying good night, and I will see you all. Listen, if you're a channel member, you're going to be able to you're invited to a watch party this Wednesday night at 7 p.m. of the original Psycho by Alfred Hitchcock. It's happening this Wednesday. And if you're a channel member, it's a members only private watch party. So you guys, I would hope you'll all come join us that are channel members, or join the channel right now on the live stream as we're wrapping up, and you'll get it. You'll be able to participate. I'll be sending out the reminder this week on my community post. So keep an eye out for that. And I'm going to have my good buddy Knight from the Night Watch Zone on the panel. It's just going to be the two of us as we watch with all of you the original Psycho, which you guys voted on, by the way. I ran a poll of 3 movies and y'all picked it. It got the majority vote. So you guys want to see it? I'm going to deliver it for you guys. So I'll see you Wednesday night, if not sooner. You just never know. Whenever I may decide to turn this flip switch on. That's what I'm trying to say. So stay tuned, but love you guys. Thank you guys all, and I'll see you soon. And thanks to my panel once more, guys. Love y'all. See you shortly. Bye, guys.
So stay
Everybody.
baby.
Okay.